Coming up on today's show, Julia looks back at the new mental health education program which took place on campus.
Tyler talks with Mr. Guglielmello about Friday's school-wide assembly.
And Brooke highlights a fundraiser on campus which aims to do so much more than just make money.
Stay tuned, you're watching Roar TV.
Good morning, Oviedo. I'm Rebecca Campbell.
And I'm Brooke Tyler. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2020.
I can't believe we're already halfway through the third quarter.
I know. I need to make sure to get all my grades up before progress reports come out.
Yeah, me too. But for now, let's get the show started. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey Oviedo, it's Stella here with this week's question on Twitter. On Friday, Seminole County Public Schools will name the countywide Teacher of the Year, and Oviedo High's own Mr. Furiosi is one of the 3 finalists. This week, tell us about a teacher, past or present, who has made a difference and inspired you. Let us know using hashtag TellOHS, and you could see your response on the broadcast. That's it for me. Let's get back to the show.
Last summer, the Florida Board of Education voted to require all public school students in grades 6 through 12 to take at least 5 hours of mental health training each year.
And just over a week ago, our campus went through the process of fulfilling that requirement over the course of 2 school days.
Reporter Julia Hoffman looks at how this new routine went for its first year.
In the summer of 2019, the Florida Board of Education passed an initiative requiring mandatory mental health training for students in grades 6 through 12. According to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, about half of all mental illness cases begin by age 14, and of the youth who live with a mental illness condition, less than half receive the services they need.
From the mental health training, I hope the students learn how to identify a student who might need help or to identify in themselves if they need to go get assistance.
Though the county selected the content of the training, how the schools would work in the required 5 hours of instruction was left primarily to them. Oviedo High chose a modified block schedule over the course of 2 days.
The schools themselves didn't pick the actual curriculum. The district chose to use the EverFi platform. Each school is different, so we all have specific needs on our campuses. We thought it would be best if we did it in 2 days, and that's why we blocked up those 2 days so that we could have more time to give the instructional materials to students.
But for some students, 5 hours of online content in 2 days proved to be a strain on their attention spans.
It was just projected on the screen, and I felt that I wasn't very engaged, and so I kind of found myself not really paying attention to most of the presentation. I think that one thing that impacted me when we did the mock DUI last year was that it was students that we knew and we loved, and we grew up in the same town with them, and to see them be killed in a car accident of driving under the influence, it was emotional for a lot of students, and it actually made us think wow, these are real people. This really happens. I need to be more aware of what's going on.
I think in the future, I definitely think it needs to be a little bit more personal. I think ideally it would, if we had a one-on-one environment, each student do their own. We don't have that at Oviedo yet, but really that's ideal.
Having real people giving you the information, real people in front of you, people who you can see and talk to after if you choose to.
But as this training is an annual requirement, the hope is that over time the awareness it brings will pay dividends for Florida's youth.
As the students graduate and grow and come back and live in our community, they're going to be much more educated about mental illness and be more aware.
For Roar TV, I'm Julia Hoffman.
On Friday, the campus will find itself on a bell schedule normally reserved for pep rally days.
But instead of a pep rally, we'll be having a different assembly in the gym.
Reporter Tyler Crush spoke with Mr. Guglielmello to learn a bit more.
Hey Oviedo, I'm Tyler Crush, here with Mr. Guglielmello, talking about the X Games Assembly happening later this week. Now, Mr. G, what is this assembly about?
The X Games Assembly is going to be a high-action live event. They're going to bring in half pipes behind us with some BMX bike tricks going on. and it's an anti-bullying campaign. So they're really trying to get everyone on campus to treat each other kindly and bring us all together.
And why are we doing this for the first time this year?
This year is one of the first years it's been offered, so Dr. Daniels was really excited to have Oviedo High School be one of the first schools to pilot it.
Awesome, thank you very much. Now let's get back to the studio.
Many spring sports teams are in the midst of tryouts for the upcoming season.
But winter sports aren't quite done, as there is a great deal of postseason action taking place.
Riley Finnegan is in studio for this morning's O-Town Sports Report.
Hey Oviedo, it's Riley with your O-Town Sports Update. Last night, boys varsity basketball hosted the first round of the SAC basketball tournament. Oviedo defeated Lake Howell 58-48. Also last night, girls varsity soccer hosted the district semifinals with Timber Creek playing Lake Nona and Oviedo playing Winter Park. Oviedo sailed past the Wildcats 6-2. Last week, boys varsity basketball had their senior night, which also happened to be against the Wildcats of Winter Park. Reporter Dominic Riquigliano and photographer Holly Archer were there for the highlights.
Last Monday on their senior night, your Oviedo Lions took on the Winter Park Wildcats. Tip-off was won by Oviedo, who was first on the board after an assist from Keamo Galloway and a 3 from Dominic Flores. Winter Park countered with a layup, and Keon Sargent drew a foul to score another easy point for the Lions. After a steal from Oviedo, Winter Park scored another layup. After getting the rebound, Winter Park managed to get 2 more points, ending the half at 23-14 with the Lions in the lead. Oviedo started the second half strong with Dominic Flores shooting a 3. Winter Park counters with their own 3. Nick Demiola draws a foul to get the Lions another easy point. Winter Park sunk another 3-pointer, but after an assist from Keon Sargent, Jacob Rose was able to do the same. Spencer Rose managed to dribble past the entire Winter Park defense for 2 more points for the Lions. Keamo Galloway ends the game with a quick layup, making the score 46-37 Lions.
On Thursday, boys varsity basketball will play Lake Brantley in the second round of the SAC basketball tournament at 7, and girls soccer will face off against Timber Creek for the district title at home at 7. And finally, another 7 for you, 7 student athletes participated in National Signing Day this morning. Amongst them, WarTV's own Brooke Brennan signed to swim at Florida Southern College. Congratulations to all the signees. We'll have more coverage later this week. That's it for today. Back to Rebecca and Brooke.
Finally, today, for the last year and a half, the Roaring Lion Empire has been selling balloons for students to buy each other on special occasions.
Now, usually when a group on campus is selling something, they're aiming to raise money, perhaps for a field trip or new equipment.
But this is one sales team whose reward comes not from the profit, but from the experience and knowledge they gain.
Reporter Brooke Brennan has more.
When it comes to birthdays, holidays, and celebrations, big or small, the Roaring Lion Empire might have what you need.
The Roaring Lion Empire is our business enterprise on campus for the kids that don't get a chance to really work on employability skills. So we decided that if we have our own store, we can help them with counting money, filling orders, delivering. They all are doing such a great job navigating the campus, doing deliveries on their own independently, knowing when to say happy birthday and when to say congratulations. So it's just our way of helping our students get the skills that they need to find jobs.
Well, I learned how to arrange the balloons. I make sure they're in the right order, and I learned how to have the person write down the order, and I tell that person to write the teacher's room number when he's ordering a balloon, in what period, so that way I'll know where he is.
They get to learn valuable social skills, customer service that they'll take on for jobs later on in life. They learn inventory skills, cash handling skills. We use the lessons in the classroom as well with our math courses. So it's a great way to kind of combine their whole day and encompass what they're learning throughout the day to bring out further their independence that they need post-high school.
But the importance of the Roaring Lion Empire goes beyond learning skills used in the workforce. The students are given a chance to interact and connect with their peers and Oviedo's staff members.
Oh, that's, I think, by far the greatest takeaway. Like, obviously, we enjoy the business skills that the students are getting, but the opportunity to interact with their peers and just get to know the students on campus. Getting to deliver balloons is such a happy occasion most of the time for kids. So just getting to see students interact with their peers.
So I think it's just a very good way to spread school spirit and unity with connecting all friends and across the school.
They see those smiling faces when I deliver the balloons, and the student afterwards will say, I really love doing that, and they get really happy seeing everyone who gets happy from them delivering a balloon, and they actually see their work meaning something in their life.
I really like to work in the balloon store to put a smile on a teacher's face or a student's face, and I love working with the excellent people at OHS because they're awesome and I love them so much.
This is one school enterprise where it's not about the fiscal gains, but rather the learning gains. For Roar TV, I'm Brooke Brennan reporting.
And this next week is a great time to order your balloon from the Roaring Lion Empire as Valentine's Day is fast approaching.
You can stop by their store in the Media Center before school or in the Commons at lunch.
That'll wrap up today's show. A reminder that tomorrow we'll have this week's Teacher of the Week. Until then, have a great Wednesday.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.